Hey there everyone, welcome back to another Ark Survival Ascended video. As always, I'm Captain Beefy, and this is the Game Vault, and we're going to talk about how to mutate, or not how to mutate, but how to mate, and possibly mutate, creatures like the Phoenix and the Rock Golem, creatures that are unmutatable under normal circumstances. So, let's cue up the music and we'll get right to it. Alright, first and foremost, you are going to need a specific mod. It's called QOL+. Very easy to find. It's cross-platform. I will link to it down below in the description for you guys to make it easy for you if you want to check it out on curseforge.com. And in there, you have something called the mutator, the QOL+ mutator. And I'm going to go ahead and show you what that looks like here as far as what's required to build it, okay? Now, it is a high-level item, so you're not going to get it at a low level. 105. 20 black pearls, 10 elements, 80 polymer, 55 crystal, 550 metal ingots. So definitely not cheap, but worth every... What is that? That's weird. Okay. But yeah, worth every penny in building it, okay? So, highly, highly recommend getting this thing. Now, to use it, you also need to have elements. So this is something you're going to do after you've begun to farm the bosses for element. And I've got quite a bit here. I'm going to go ahead and pull out the stack. Every time you use it, it costs 10 elements. So it does give you a reason to go out there and farm bosses, you know, to keep getting some element. Now, the mutator does a lot of different stuff in here. It will grant nearby dinos the ability to breed that normally cannot. All dinos conceived this way will be gestated. So the Phoenix here cannot breed. So I'm going to need to use that. But another issue I have is these guys have no gender, right? They have no sex. So we're going to have to sex them first. And that is another option on here. So we're going to go down to change mode. And this one will imprint creatures to whoever activated the pulse. That's a good way to imprint these creatures that are born this way. And I'll show you what I mean later on if you wanted to. This one here stops nearby dinos from aging. This one causes them to grow rapidly. Sends out a pulse that causes nearby dinos to lay mutated eggs or give birth to mutated offspring. This one's good because it will, you know, if you're in the process of breeding, it'll help you with your mutations. Swaps the gender of nearby dinos. This will not work with dinos on a mating cooldown or that have been granted a random gender by the mutator or is not an adult. So there's that. And here, grant a random gender to nearby genderless dinos. So we're going to do this one first, and we're going to assign the pulse, and hopefully it worked in the way we want it to, right? So we've got a female in the river. And yes, we've got a male. So we've got a male and a female Phoenix now. So all we have to do is wait for this thing to charge up, and it'll take a little bit before it does, and then we're going to send out the pulse that will let them mate. So we'll come back as soon as this thing is ready. It does take a little bit of time. Alright, so it is getting ready to be used again here. We only got a couple more minutes left, but I want to show you some features on it here too. First off, this is the default range of the actual mutator. And as you can see, it's kind of perfect for this area. This was unplanned, actually. I could probably go out just a little bit more, but anything that's inside of here will be impacted it no matter what I'm doing. Now, you can adjust that range, if I'm not mistaken. Let's see, yeah. See, we can make it go +1, +5. The current range is 5. If I go +5, you can see how much farther it extends out. So it can be done for a pretty wide range here. I don't know if it can go any more than 10. Let's see. Yeah, 15, 20, 25, 30. Oh my goodness. 41. That's -1. 50 looks to be the top end of it, right? Let's see how far that is. So yeah, that covers, my God, my whole base pretty much. So I could sit here, and if I wanted to, Yeah, cover my entire base with this thing. Wow. It's pretty solid. I can cover my water pen. All of it having it right there, too. So that's kind of neat to know, right? It's pretty wild to know. You have to be careful with that, though. Make sure you have it set right so you're not impacting creatures you don't want to impact. Let's go ahead and we'll back this up now while we're thinking of it. There we go. Back to 5. All right, perfect. Wow. So yeah, it's a pretty solid range on there. You got all the rest of this, you know, the normal stuff there. So yeah, we should be able to use this guy very, very shortly. Another couple of minutes, we'll be back, and I'll get these guys to mutate. As you can see, they still have their gender. That does not change. Now, if we do cryopod these creatures, they will go back to a genderless creature. So we would have to, once again, assign a gender to them using this machine. But other than that, they'll keep it, you know. So we'll be back. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and change our mode. We've already got the random gender assigned. Now we're back to this one here. Grants nearby dinos the ability to breed that normally cannot. I'm going to go ahead and pop 10 element in here. And we're going to allow breeding pulse. And bingo, these guys are now breeding. And you'll see, boom, right there. Where is it? There we go. So about 12 minutes until River has a baby. But you can see the little signs right above where it says Blaze targeting off. It's got the little, looks like a couple of humping dinosaurs to the left. That shows that these guys are under the influence of that, allowing them to breed. And then the one to the right of that shows that they have been assigned a gender of some sort. So yeah, there's that. We'll come back in about 12 minutes, and I'll show you what it's like when the baby's born. It is not like a normal situation. The phoenix will not lay an egg, and nor will it have a baby. This will have a creature born that is fully grown. So you will not have the ability to imprint on it unless you use the mutator. So that's something we'll talk about too. These guys, no imprint. So it doesn't even show the ability to imprint on them. So I don't know if, yeah, I don't know if they'll ever get a buff. I guess we'll be able to tell when we ride the creatures later on, because I am going to try for another 10 element to imprint on all of them when that third one's born. So we'll be back in a little bit, guys. Alright, so we're about to have a baby phoenix be born. Now, one caveat about using the mutator on creatures that give birth to a fully grown creatures like this guy and the rock golem and stuff like that is you want them on a raised platform, because the creatures can drop into the mesh otherwise, and you'll have all that time wasted just waiting on a creature just to watch them go bloop and be unrecoverable underneath the mesh, and that would really, really suck. So yeah, use a raised platform if possible. That'll help you with that. This guy's up off the ground by quite a bit, you know. Now, this was never intended for what I'm using it for right now. This was kind of like a landing pad for when the guys came over to the base. They'd have a place to land their creatures, because everybody wanted to land right here on the pier, and it made it impossible to walk up and down. So yeah, put this up here. But it's working out real nice for the mutator thing here, and this might be something that I end up doing on Ragnarok when I make a big breeding base there, because there's going to be a monster of a breeding base there. In fact, we may, yeah, we're gonna do a lot of breeding there. That's all I could say. There'll be lots of new stuff, lots of cool stuff. So we're looking forward to that. But let's see, where's the baby? Oh, there it is. Okay, yeah. So with the Phoenix goes high. In fact, a couple times last night, we saw some wandering off into the woods over there when we were out hunting the rhino, because it just, yeah, we weren't paying attention, right? So these guys should go back into a mating mode, I thought. I don't know why they're not doing it now. Let's see what we got here. Creeping. Put them both into wandering again. Let's see what happens. Nope. Now he's wandering. Okay. Enable wandering to mate. It might just be a cooldown that we're waiting on here. They are a little funky like that, but let's check out our guy that was just born here. So this is our new Phoenix. It's rather low level to 185, but that's okay. You know, it is what it is. We're just showing you how this stuff is done. But yeah, they're born fully grown and ready to be used, right? We can instantly climb on them. We can fly on them. We could forge metal on them right away if we had some metal to forge. Shoot his fireballs. Splash. Yeah. So that's how they come out. Full grown and ready to rock and roll. And these guys should continue to mate. They were doing it last night for me. Unless something's changed. And I don't believe it has. But I want to check something here with the imprinting thing. I think it's still cooling down. Yeah, it's still charging, I mean. So we'll wait a few minutes and see what happens there. And we'll check back with these guys to see if... yeah, because I did have them on wandering last night. Maybe I should put them on mating. Let's try that real quick and see if that makes a difference. Chibify mating, there we go. Yeah, it still says it, so... But it still shows that they are enabled to mate up there. They still have their gender, so I guess it's just going to be a time thing. We'll have to come back and check it out. Alright, so they did get back to mating. It was just a visual thing. Probably because they normally don't mate, so... Yeah, whatever. Don't freak out like I did. It'll all be fine. But we'll come back now when this thing is fully charged up. And I'm going to try to imprint on these guys. Like I said, I think it's going to be a waste of element and a fail because it doesn't show anything here. But that doesn't mean that we won't get the the fist bump in the upper right hand corner when we're riding an imprinted creature. You know, that's, here, I'll show you. I got over here the Rhino, and I imprinted on him last night when he was tamed. Born, I should say. And you see you got the fist bump up there in the upper right hand corner. So that's what I'm hoping to see, regardless of whether or not it tells me that there is an imprint. You know, it should raise the stats a little bit. I think health will raise up a little bit and stuff like that. We'll see. We'll be back. Oh, well, here's a hint, guys. I just picked this up and put it back down, and it made it instantly available. We're going to try that again, but first, I want to send out that pulse that will imprint to me and see if that works. There we go. So we'll do that. Should get these three guys. See how it's charging? We're going to go ahead and pick it up. Now it's good to go again. Alright, let's see if we got an imprint on this guy. We look at him. We don't see an imprint, but if we get on him, we don't have the fists. So yeah, imprinting verified does not work, but hey, it is what it is. That's cool. So yeah, you can pick this thing up and put it back down and it instantly works. So we'll go through all the modes again real quick. This is the one that will make them lay mutated eggs. Swaps the gender of nearby dinos that have not been assigned a gender with this thing. Grants a random gender to nearby genderless dino. Grants nearby dinos the ability to breed that normally cannot. Sets the imprint to the player who activated the pulse. That's kind of neat. So I wonder if we can steal an imprint from another person. That would be cool if that's the case. Stops nearby dinos from aging. Causes nearby dinos to grow much more rapidly. Sends out a pulse of radiation that causes nearby dinos to lay multiple eggs. So yeah, there you have it, guys. That is the QOL mutator. I use the QOL plus mod quite a bit. I love it. Got a lot of great things in it, and this is one of the best. So if you found this useful at all, please leave a like on it down below. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and ring that bell for notifications, and let me know what creatures that you cannot breed that you're going to use this to breed with. I mean, I think that's kind of cool that you can do that. I so want to do this with beetles. It's not even funny. In fact, it's kind of stupid how much I want to do it with the beetles. But anyway, we're going to go ahead and wrap this episode up. I'll see you guys next time. Until then, peace.